Crypto Minimalist here, still holding. Don't know whether to stake THETA or TFUEL, or perhaps you don't have enough to stake both. I'm going to examine the numbers to see if either THETA or TFUEL has the advantage over the other. This would have been an easy question to answer going back to May, June, even most of July. That being the ratio between the THETA price and the TFUEL price was just way too high. With the anticipation of TFUEL staking rewards being much higher than THETA staking rewards, it was a no-brainer that TFUEL held the advantage over THETA. In fact, the first video I ever did was on the THETA to TFUEL golden price ratio. This ratio was deemed to be 6.25 to 1, meaning that for the staking rewards to be in equilibrium, the price of TFUEL would have to be roughly 1/6 that of the THETA price. In my video, I discussed the history of this ratio and why at the time it made sense to acquire TFUEL over THETA. Here's some of what I had to say. I think a reason why the THETA price has been so stagnant ever since the first run-up at the start of this year, because THETA always leads the way and TFUEL eventually follows. What's been happening lately, I think, is that THETA investors are slowly converting to TFUEL. And that's been closing the gap while also keeping the THETA price stagnant. And I do think that for the rest of May and June, we're going to settle around between 20 to 10 at a 20-10 ratio. We'll probably never make it all the way down to 6.25 ever again. But I do think based on rewards, people are going to figure this out and they're going to come flowing into TFUEL. That call ended up being exactly right when we checked the THETA to TFUEL price ratio. May 18th, the ratio was 1 THETA for 30 TFUEL, and it plunged all the way down to 14 TFUEL on June 22nd, 1 week before the mainnet 3.0 launch. Henceforth, the ratio reversed direction with a rapid acceleration beginning around July 29th with the T-drop announcement, bringing us up to the current ratio of 23 to 1. With the rising THETA TFUEL ratio, the decision to stake THETA or TFUEL is also heating up. In addition to the ratio, we'll need to check out the T-drop white paper for the T-drop tokenomics. T-drop will have a fixed supply of 20 billion tokens with a first launch on February 1st. 1.33 billion T-drop, a third of the allocated, will be distributed to all THETA validator and guardian stakers. An average amount of THETA staked between August 1st and February 1st will be used for the reward calculations. We'll grab this formula here for the purpose of this video. On thetaboard.io, we can grab some staking information. We have 66% THETA staked, a total staked supply at around 660 million, 42.8% TFUEL staked. At a ratio of 21 to 1, we can now use this handy calculator to compare THETA versus TFUEL staking. We need a minimum of 1,000 THETA to stake, so at 21 to 1 ratio, an equivalent of TFUEL would be 21,000. So at this moment, we are getting 1.04 TFUEL per day for THETA and 4.83 TFUEL for TFUEL. If we were to start our THETA or TFUEL stake today, there are 169 staking days left before the first T-drop airdrop. This would give us around 176 in rewards for THETA and around 849 in rewards for TFUEL. At the current TFUEL price of 36 cents, before accounting for T-drop rewards, it is a no-brainer that staking TFUEL is by far the better alternative. But now we have to account for the T-drop factor. For this, the equation we grabbed from the white paper. We're going to make some assumptions here, the first being that we haven't yet begun staking. So our average staked amount will be less than the minimum 1,000. With there being a total of 184 days in the first T-drop time period, this comes out to an average of near 918 THETA. For the average total stake theta, we'll make another assumption that the amount averages the current staked amount, which of course will continue to change as time goes on. So we'll try and make the calculation as easy as possible for now. If you remember, we're being allocated 1.33 billion T-drop. We end up with 1,850 T-drop tokens as our reward for beginning the minimum theta stake today. Now, as no one knows what the market will dictate the price of T-drop to be, we're going to have to try and guess. With TFUEL having a current circulating supply of 5.38 billion, we can use that to compare to the eventual circulating supply of T-drop. When we compare the circulating amount of TFUEL with the eventual 20 billion supply of T-drop, there's 3.72 more T-drop than TFUEL. Now, how true this will be, I don't know, but we can try and make a rather large assumption that whatever the price of TFUEL is in 2022, the price of T-drop may be around 4 times less than the price of TFUEL. This would put T-drop at around 10 cents, giving us an estimated T-drop dollar reward value at $179.12. When we combine our THETA TFUEL staking rewards with our eventual T-drop rewards, we get a grand total amount of $242.40 compared to the $305.61 from staking TFUEL. A lot closer, but as of now, TFUEL still has the advantage. This is a highly variable situation that will need to continue to be monitored. If you have been staking since August 1st, while the reward amount does increase, the gap actually widens in TFUEL's favor. So at the end of the day, the single most important factor is the THETA to TFUEL ratio. If TFUEL can maintain that ratio in its favor, it's going to continue to be more advantageous to stake TFUEL over THETA. Recapping how we came to this conclusion, I had to rely on 4 assumptions. 1, the THETA versus TFUEL price. 2, the total supply staked of both THETA and TFUEL. 3, the TFUEL circulating supply. And 4, the eventual T-drop price. All 4 of these assumptions can and will continue to change. What makes sense right now might not make sense 2 months from now. Welcome to crypto.